Hello my darlings, I hope you're doing very well. I hope you are sitting comfortably, you are cozy and you have your snacks and your beverages at the ready. In today's video we'll be taking a look at a magic tattoo ink. I have made 2 videos about this magic tattoo ink over the past couple of years or so. It's been an ongoing thing and I thought it'd be about time that we take a look at what's going on with it. So for those of you that don't know what's going on here or need a quick refresh as to what this magic ink is and what it's about, let me tell you, honey. Okay, sit down, get comfy, get cozy. Okay, so there's this famous tattoo artist by the name of Bang Bang. He is a celebrity tattoo artist, so basically he charges a lot of money to tattoo you just because he's tattooed people like Rihanna, Cara Delevingne, Justin Bieber, like people like that. He's tattooed quite a few celebrities. Bang Bang is from New York and he owns his own tattoo studio called Bang Bang New York City, and there is a lot of tattoo artists within that studio that again are pretty popular, pretty famous. They charge a lot of money to, you know, tattoo you. It's a whole thing. It's not my type of thing within the tattoo world, I will be honest. Like, it's just not something I would ever take part in, you know. It's a lot, okay? It's a lot. We're talking thousands of dollars here for a tiny tattoo. It's just no. Okay, so Bang Bang has entered the tattoo gimmick world by inventing his own tattoo ink, but it's not a regular tattoo ink. Oh, no, because that would be too easy, right? Like, instead of making the tattoo world more inclusive, you know, making inks that work better on darker skin tone, you know, something that would be, you know, wanted and needed within the tattoo industry, he decided that he wanted to make a tattoo ink that you can make disappear and reappear on your skin. It's basically like ephemeral tattoos, but it works quicker, okay? Like, you can choose when you want to see the tattoo and when you don't want to see the tattoo, but it is very much a huge gimmick, if you ask me. Like, it's just... So in July of 2022, I uploaded a video called Bang Bang's Magic Ink, Is It a Scam? In this video, I covered the fact that Bang Bang had announced this tattoo ink on his Instagram and spoke about the fact that he was working on this special ink and that it was a rewritable tattoo ink. That was pretty much the only thing that was given away on his Instagram. It was very hush-hush, not much was said about it. Back when this tattoo ink was announced in 2022, a lot of people were saying that it is just a bunch of snake oil. It's another gimmick, like ephemeral tattoos. And a lot of people were just like, what the hell is this? Like, what is the point? You know, there was not many fans of it. There was, well, correction, there was a few fans. Anyway, fast forward a year and a half, because there was literally nothing else said about this magic ink. A lot of people kind of forgot about it. I forgot about it. You know, I thought, oh, it's just not gonna happen anymore. There was hardly any updates about this magic ink, like nothing to report about anyway. Then all of a sudden there was a bunch of posts on the Magic Ink Instagram page. There was a few posts showing how this magic ink works. There was explanation of how this tattoo ink works. And then there was famous tattoo artists like Ryan Ashley backing this tattoo ink. And even medical professionals claiming profusely many times that this ink was very safe. It was actually, in my opinion, very heavy on that this is very safe. It's so safe. It was a bit like, okay, we get the point, it's safe, but they were like overdoing that, you know, to the point where it's like, okay, like, you don't need to tell us 1,000 times it's safe. We get the point. You know, like, I was getting red flags, okay? So in January of 2024, I made a video called Everything Wrong with Magic Ink Tattoos, where I discussed in depth about this magic ink and how it works and the problems I see with it. So as I was saying earlier in this video, magic ink tattoos are basically a tattoo you can turn on and off. You can make it disappear and reappear with 2 different light sources. It goes from transparent to magenta, red. That is the only color that it comes in at this moment in time. It only activates with a UV light, which I don't know, like, okay, sure, in short doses it's really not gonna harm you, you know, like UV light in short doses, it's fine. But in my opinion, the less you use UV lights, the better, obviously. Especially if you are a tattooed person, UV light is the devil. It can age your tattoos incredibly quickly. This is why I will always preach about using sun care, you know, SPF and all of that, just to keep your tattoos looking fresher for longer. I personally like to stay out of the sun as much as I most possibly can. Like, you won't ever catch me sitting outside, to be honest with you, unless like I need to for whatever reason, like like I'm with a bunch of people, we're outside eating or whatever. I don't know. The only time I really do sit out in the sun, honestly, is if I'm on holiday. And I haven't been on holiday for a while. To a sunny place anyway, you know, where the heat is like over 20 degrees. Anyway, of course, if you want this magic ink tattoo to work, you can't use sunscreen. So Bang Bang is basically like, yeah, if you want this magic ink tattoo to work with the UV light, then don't wear sunscreen, because otherwise it's not going to work. The gimmick's not going to work. And it's just like, that's it's not a good vibe for me personally. That's something I don't agree with. To deactivate this tattoo, you need to use a white light. And according to Bang Bang, you can literally use the torch on your phone because that is like a white light. But you get the UV light and the white light torch packaged with the ink apparently, so you wouldn't have to buy anything extra. It all comes with the ink. But again, if you're cut short, you can use the torch on your phone if you needed to turn the tattoo off for whatever reason. So this ink works using chromatic technology. It's the same thing that you see in color changing clothes, color changing shoes, and also with transition glasses, you know, those eye-seeing glasses that go from clear to sunglasses. Now with photochromatic products, they have a lifeline. You see, they're a little bit like me. They get a little bit tired of performing, you know, like they need a day off. Okay, they get tired of going backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, from light to dark, light to dark, light to dark, or see-through to dark, see-through to dark. You get the point. So they will eventually, one way or another, stay in one state. So with magic ink tattoos, you'll eventually be left with nothing, or with a red magenta type tattoo, or like, imagine if it's like half and half, like half of it stays disappeared and half of it stays shown. That eventually will end up happening. Either way, you either lose the whole tattoo, gain a whole tattoo, or have half and half. Who knows, right? But this really does make me think, like, what is the point in all of this? Like, truly, what is the point of having a tattoo that you can turn on and off, or a tattoo that might, you know, stay disappeared forever, or stay appeared forever, or half and half? And like, if you want a secret hidden tattoo, well, the sun is gonna ruin that for you, you know. Like if you go out in a bikini, you've got like a little script tattoo in this magic ink, and you forget to wear SPF, it's gonna appear, you know, and oh my gosh, there's grandma crying because she's seen your tattoo on the beach, you know, like what is the point? There's also the fact that when the tattoo is in its disappeared state, it will still be kind of visible, because if you go to a tattoo artist that is accidentally heavy-handed or is just heavy-handed, you may end up with scarring, so you'll still have like some markings on your skin. Also, the color of the ink when it is in its disappeared state isn't really like, it's not really spoke about. We don't know if it's like a skin color or a transparent color, or a mixture of a skin color and a transparent color. So it's kind of not opaque, what's the word, translucent, like a very wishy-washy kind of inky color. But then if you have lighter skin tones, then is this skin tone type color ink gonna show up still? You know, like if it was a darker color than my skin tone, I'm white as hell, okay, you would still see some kind of markings, you know. Or if you have a darker skin tone than me and this ink is lighter than your skin tone, you may see some markings also. And yeah, again, you still have the scarring possibility as well. So like, is it truly invisible? No. Obviously, it won't be as visible as a black ink tattoo, that's for sure, but it's not going to be 110% transparent, you know? I discussed this point in my previous video, and there was absolutely nothing about this on their website, on the Magic Ink website. Now all of a sudden there is this section here, kind of strange that. It says, can magic ink be invisible? When deactivated, magic ink is virtually invisible. What may remain visible to the naked eye is the trauma done to the skin during the tattooing process, which may fade over time. It's one of those things you can't guarantee, obviously. Have you ever had a scratch that lasts 3 months? Tattooing skin does similar damage, and the healing process and success of rejuvenation of skin are factors that relate to each person's biochemistry, immune system, and the care they put into the healing process of the tattoo. You can find several examples of raw, unedited images and videos of magic ink activated and deactivated throughout this site. Okay, I just want to quickly take a look at the Magic Ink website with you to show you something. Okay, so this is the website right here, okay. This is the bit that I just read out where it said you can find several examples of raw, unedited images and videos of magic ink activated and deactivated throughout this site. There is not much on this website at all. There's not like a menu, there's not like an about us or anything like that. Like, this is literally it. I think this is the examples that they have right here, which are, you know, old. These were about earlier this year in January. There is no new ones on here. Like, I've seen this one before, I've seen this one before. It's like a fan situation, and then red cranes or birds appear. It will show up eventually, I think. Hi, hello, thank you very much. There you go, you can just about see it there. Stunning, honey. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, okay. But yeah, that's not a new one either. This one isn't a new one either. So there's nothing like new here at all. You know, like, yeah. But there isn't anything that we can see here when it comes to, you know, scarring or what have you. But again, these are all, I would imagine, to be the test subjects. So the magic ink has been used correctly by those that know how to use this magic ink. But if you're just any old tattoo artist that's never used this magic ink before, there's a chance that you may apply it incorrectly and cause scarring or what have you. But you can't really see anything before the ink is activated, really. There is a little bit of marking. That looked like a bit of weird editing to me, if you ask me. You know, like a jump cut kind of thing. But yeah, there looked like there was some redness left behind there. So I guess they had to really go over it with a torch. I don't know. It's a weird one. Do you see, like, there's just a faint amount of redness there? You see that? Like, under the glove? And then all of a sudden it's just gone. Unedited. Really? Suspicious. And then that's it. Like, that's all of them. And, like, I don't know. There's just, like, nothing here at all. You know? Like, again, I click on the magic ink thing up here. It just takes me to this. There's the Instagram link there. This clicks onto nothing. There's, like, I don't know. There's just not much here. They've only got, like, a FAQ kind of thing down here. Which most of these I've gone over in my video from January anyway. There has been a couple of new ones added since my video in January, like I was saying, but there isn't like tons of examples or anything like that. There's like 4 on here. What are we meant to do with that, you know? Oh, there is this. I should have said that. Apologies. There is this, the science behind magic ink. But again, this was all here back in January. Like, there's nothing new here at all. This all looks the same to me as it did in January, right? In my video that I posted in January, I also took mention to the fact that Bang Bang really wasn't that transparent throughout the whole thing. It was all very sketchy. So this is a comment from the video in January. It says, how long does it last? How many times can it disappear, reappear? Bang Bang said, we have tested magic ink with over 10,000 activations and deactivations. And then this is what the website looked like back in January. It's on a white background and it says, how many times can I activate my magic ink tattoo? Multiple times per day. Activating, deactivating magic ink is fast, easy and painless. In vitro experiments, tests outside the skin, have shown magic ink has the ability to activate and deactivate over 10,000 times. Magic ink is designed to last. Bang Bang was not telling anybody through Instagram comments that they actually haven't tested how many times this can appear and disappear on human skin. They've tested it outside of human skin, so it'll just be in like a little test tube or something, but obviously that's within a test tube or on a test strand or what have you, or on fake skin maybe. But obviously skin behaves a lot different than all of those things that I've just listed. But he was being very sketchy about the fact that this hasn't been tested that much on human skin, which is obviously a big red flag. We saw the exact same thing happen with ephemeral. They really didn't test, you know, how long it takes for their ink to disappear. And now we have people that signed up for tattoos that were only meant to last a year. Their tattoos are now lasting 3 years. It's all very sketchy. Like, we don't need more of this in the tattoo world, let me tell you. But their website now still says the exact same thing. As you can see, there is a difference between what their website used to look like and what it looks like now. There's been like some updates, obviously. In my previous video also, I discussed the fact that magic ink has not been tested with tattoo removal, whether that's laser or saline solution. Again, these are some comments from my video in January. If someone wanted to do removal on a tattoo that was done with magic ink, Is it also able to be removed by laser? Will that be an effective process? Very curious. Magic Ink said, great question. We will be testing this soon. Generally, it's not necessary to do laser removal as you can simply expose it to white light and it's no longer visible, but we are curious too. And that just makes me go, oh, Jesus Christ, because like, what if it gets stuck in the red magenta state and you don't know if you can laser it off or not? You know, like that is such a big yikes. And then this comment is a more recent-ish one. It's like from 40 weeks ago. And someone asked the exact same question of what happened if you try to get this laser removed. Magic Ink says, Magic Ink is not engineered to be lasered off. The good news is you can simply deactivate your tattoo with a white light. So since my video in January, there still hasn't been any laser testing whatsoever, even though they said they were curious about it too. Like, you'd think that would be kind of priority, because again, if it gets stuck in the red state, nobody knows if they can have it removed via laser, if they don't want that tattoo anymore, because again, it's a gimmick that they thought they could get rid of with a light, and if that stops working, do you know what I'm saying? Like, there could be a whole world of problems if people try to laser off this Magic Ink, because people have tried to laser off their ephemeral tattoo ink and it's not gone well at all. I fully believe that if you're going to come out with a tattoo ink, you need to test it with laser. Okay, like, come on. Also, in my video in January, I discussed about the ingredients, how the ingredients are not really listed anywhere. You know, like if you have allergies, yikes. So this comment again was from my video in January. Someone said, questionable what ingredients are in this. Magic Ink said, Magic Ink is made with medical grade ingredients with decades of biocompatibility and safety testing. Then Bang Bang said, PMMA is Magic Ink's core ingredient. The polymer is commonly used in dermal filler and various other medical applications. PMMA has decades of safety and biocompatibility testing. Our additional ingredient includes photochromatic dye that has been tested and proven to be non-chiotoxic. But there's obviously going to be other things within this Magic Ink alongside these ingredients, you know, whether that's water, fuck knows what else, whatever they put in tattoo inks nowadays, but there might be something in there that someone is allergic to. There's still no full ingredients list on their website at all. So again, if you have allergies, you're kind of shit out of luck, you know, like they're being very secretive about this. And honestly, I don't think anyone is ever going to want to copy this. I don't know why they would like keep their ingredients under wraps. It's just a bit weird to me, you know. Another crazy thing about this Magic Tattoo ink is the fact that the bottle of Magic Tattoo ink is 2 millimeters. 2 millimeters, like that is so small. It is so freaking small. There is not much liquid in there at all. And the cost of this 2 millimeter bottle is $100. $100 for 2 mil of tattoo ink. Okay, let me repeat that again. $100 for 2 mil of tattoo ink. And it is a single use tattoo ink. So that means once you open it, you cannot close it and then put it down with the rest of your tattoo inks and leave it for another day. Oh, no, no, no. You open it, you're using it on that day as soon as possible. So like, imagine if a client wants just like the tiniest little love heart in this Magic Ink. Okay, they just want a tattoo that they can easily hide and turn on and off, or they just really love the whole gimmick and idea of this Magic Ink. I don't know. Imagine you just use the tiniest little bit, okay? And then you just gotta throw away $100 tattoo ink. Like, that is insane. No sane tattoo artist in this economy now is going to be buying a $100 tattoo ink, especially if they have to, you know, throw away half of it or what have you. Of course, the tattoo artist buying this Magic Ink will definitely factor in the cost of this Magic Ink within the tattoos that they are doing for their clients. Without a doubt, they've got to make their money back, you know, like, oh boy. But then, like, what sane client is going to be wanting to spend an extra $100 for this tattoo ink? I certainly wouldn't, you know. And like, imagine like you go for just like a tiny little like wrist tattoo, okay, that would normally cost you, I don't know, anything between $100 and $200, and then a tattoo artist is like, actually I'm going to charge you $300, but then they probably want to make a profit off of this ink, so let's say an extra $150 for this tattoo. $350 for a small tattoo, like, no! The majority of people just don't have the money to take part in such silliness, to be honest with you, for a gimmick that may or may not work forever. we don't know. It's not been tested on human skin over and over and over and over and over again for years and years and years, because this again was announced in 2022. I do believe Bang Bang has been working on this for 5 years, but again, 5 years in the grand scheme of things really isn't that long to be testing a tattoo ink. And it's probably only been in testing on human skin for the past, what, 2-3 years, because you have to make the ink to start off with. That could take a while. You know, like, there's just not enough testing with this. And again, in the grand scheme of things, a client is going to have this tattoo potentially for like 40, 50, 60, 70 years, depending on how old they are when they get the tattoo. And with no peace and love, these magic ink tattoos, when activated, don't even look that good. You know, like, it looks very patchy, it's not solid, it's not highly saturated, it's very, very wishy-washy. Would you spend an extra $100 or more on this when you could just get a magenta red line work tattoo or what have you? And yeah, all right, you can't make it disappear, but at least it looks good when it is there the whole time, and it will last you for the rest of your life. I also covered in my previous video that I posted in January the fact that Magic Ink said that they had tested on darker skin tones, kind of. So this is a comment from my video in January. It says, does it work on melanated skin tones? Magic Ink said, Magic Ink is safe for use in all skin types. Currently, the only color commercially available is red, which inherently, just like conventional red tattoo ink, will appear less vivid than darker inks on more melanated skin type. There are 6 types of skin, lightest to darkest. We have tested on types 1 to 5, but not type 6. We are actively working to find volunteers so that we can test further. So then, sometime this year, 39 weeks ago, I can't do maths, I don't know how long ago that was from, you know, today, December. Someone said, I've only seen examples on light skin. What about darker skin tones? Magic Ink said, we have tested Magic Ink on darker skin tones and will soon have examples of Magic Ink on darker skin. Again, this was 39 weeks ago, and they still, in those 39 weeks, have not produced any content of Magic Ink on darker skin tones in 39 weeks. Why is it taking you 39 weeks? Or even a year, because we're nearly up to the year mark of my video. My red flags are waving incredibly hard right now. So the comment that I just read out about the darker skin tones from 39 weeks ago was on their 3rd newest Instagram post. Okay, there's been a post where there is people talking about Magic Ink, and then there is another post of them showing Magic Ink on someone that is pale. They look like they have the same skin tone as me, to be honest. So yeah, their social media has honestly been pretty dead for a while. Like, they barely ever post. Still, like, you promised like 39 weeks ago that you would produce content of Magic Ink working on darker skin tones. That hasn't happened. Are we shocked? No, we're not, because once again, people of colour are excluded from the tattoo industry. Is this a new thing? No. This has been going on for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. Years. It's so heartbreaking, but again, it's not shocking. You know, we as a whole should be making the tattoo industry a lot more inclusive, not pulling stunts like this, okay? It's just like, let's move forward. It's 2024, nearly 2025. Let's include people of color. So like I was saying, their latest Instagram post is a portrait type of tattoo with the Magic Ink elements that appear. This was posted on the 25th of June. So that kind of tells you just how dead this account is now. But let's take a look at this portrait tattoo. Now, what is the point in that? No, truly, seriously, like, not to sound like a massive hater, because, well, I am a massive hater. I don't care, though. I'll do it with my full chest, I ain't afraid. But, like, what is the point? The Magic Ink is barely noticeable. It looks like a cat scratch, if that. Actually, no, cat scratches have a bit more saturation to them, okay? This Magic Ink tattoo situation is so weak. So weak. And by the looks of things, this video has a contrast filter on it. It's definitely been color graded, like the contrast has been whacked up, the brightness and the exposure have been fiddled with as well. A lot of tattoo artists edit their videos this way so you can see a lot more detail within the tattoo, especially within realism. They do it to make their tattoos look a little bit more dynamic. So even with the help of color correction, video editing, the red ink is still struggling. You know, like the portrait looks fine, but the red ink, the magic ink, oof. Okay, I just wanted to show you a quick example of photo editing within tattooing. I'm obviously not a professional. I obviously post photos of my tattoos on Instagram, but they're just like aesthetic photos. You know, it's not to promote my work or anything because, well, yeah, I'm not a tattoo artist, okay? So yeah, this is one of my tattoos. I'm very aware the quality of it is bad. It needs a big rework, but this tattoo is 12 years old at this point. Yeah, coming up to nearly 13 years old, I think. It's my only black and grey realism tattoo, so it's the only example I can use. And I didn't want to use someone else's tattoo. I wanted to use my own. So this is a screenshot from my tattoo tour. It's raw, it's unedited, like there's nothing going on here, no filters. This is how the majority of tattoo photos look, raw and unedited, as long as there is obviously good lighting. I was using 2 filming lights to capture this, but you can get the same kind of lighting from a window, you know, natural window light and what have you. But there is no other camera trickery or anything going on here. Okay, raw, unedited, you get the point. Now this is it edited. It kind of looks better, doesn't it? Like, it looks a bit more dynamic. The contrast is a lot better. Everything just looks better, but this isn't real life. I tried to match the editing style to the way that Instagram reel looked that we just took a look at of the magic ink with the portrait and what have you. Yeah, I hope this has been helpful in some way. I don't know. But I just wanted to show the fact that there has been some trickery within this Instagram reel, you know? And it's just like, if you have to do that to try and sell your product, okay. So the caption to this Instagram reel that we just watched says, "Not your grandpa's sailor tattoo, although your grandpa and all his tattoos rule." Each tattoo in this series of first examples we have shown explores artist creativity in incorporating magic ink into standard ink. In the coming weeks and months, we will share even more of this technology and its ability to completely redefine the future of tattooing. Shipping 2024. So what happened to sharing more examples in the coming weeks and months? Where have they gone? You know, like, what happened? So tattoo artists have been pre-ordering this magic ink since the beginning of this year. There are a bunch of tattoo artists that have been spending $100, maybe more if they've ordered more than one bottle of this freaking ink, okay, for the past almost year at least, and not one tattoo artist has received the ink. So Just Inked Tats, I believe he is also a tattoo content creator. I could be wrong. I think he is though. When will the pre-orders for the ink be available and shipped? This was 40 weeks ago, okay? Magic Ink said, "Magic Ink is available for purchase now. They are estimated to ship this summer." Summer. Remember that, summer, okay? And then 18 weeks ago, Magic Ink still planning on shipping this summer. That was probably posted in summer. And then Just Inked said, "Yeah, I'm still wondering that too." Yikes, okay. 40 weeks ago, "How soon for shipping? I ordered some and never seen when it was supposed to be delivered." Magic Ink said, "Magic Ink is expected to ship this summer." 25 weeks ago, "Any update on the pre-orders coming in?" 4 weeks ago, person said, "Still shipping this year, question mark." 4 weeks ago, Magic Ink said, "Hi, we are still expecting Magic Ink to ship this year. We are working diligently to get orders out as soon as possible. We know it's been a long wait, but we promise it will be worth it." Then 4 weeks ago, Magic Ink again said, "We are finalizing packaging now. First batch of orders will ship this year." I'm filming this on the 20th of December. So let's say they commented this mid-November, okay? Which is near the end of the year, let's be serious. Then 18 weeks ago, "When are you planning to deliver the ink? I just bought it in April and still any news about it?" I think this person is saying I've still not had any news about it. I don't know. And then 18 weeks ago, Magic Ink said, "We are working diligently to get Magic Ink shipped out as soon as possible this year. We promise it will be worth the wait." And then 6 weeks ago, someone said, "It's almost the end of the year. What's the update?" Like, as you can probably tell by now, there has been like radio silence, okay? Apart from the odd comment here and there, they've not like made any posts about it, like when it's been shipped out or anything. And like, okay. A week ago, Any update on shipping? There has been no update. It's almost the end of the year. Magic Ink says, hey, we are finalising packaging now. The first batch of orders will ship this year. This was a week ago. And then a week ago, someone said, still haven't got my order. Magic Ink says, we are finalising packaging now. The first batch of orders will ship this year. I just need to ask, okay, like again, I'm filming this on the 20th of December. They were commenting saying that they're going to be shipped this year, you know, a week ago, and they're still finalizing things. Okay, how are they going to get stuff shipped out and delivered by this year over Christmas time? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Like, this is a humongous disaster. It has flopped so freaking hard because people were meant to have them in summer. It's now near the end of the year. They're promising that they're going to be shipped out by the end of this year. We're on December the 20th. Okay, I'm saying it again. We're on December the 20th. There's just no way. There is just no way anyone is going to get these inks until probably January, February, March. Fuck it, April, May, June, July. Who the fuck knows at this point? They could not organise a piss up in a brewery. All right? Like, it's a disaster. Tattoo artists have wasted a lot of money. And the majority of tattoo artists are independent employers, you know, they're self-employed. Any money they have, they need to like keep a hold of, you know, or spend their money on supplies that they need and can be delivered within a week, you know, with regular tattoo inks or paper towels, gloves, needles, whatever, right? Imagine dropping $100 or more on this tattoo ink and you still haven't received it, you know, a year after you buying it. I would be so pissed because it's maybe because I like that like instant gratification kind of thing. Like I like to order something and then it come the next day or a couple of days after or a week after, depending where I've ordered it from. Do I have like the Premier delivery feature, you know, with ASOS, you buy a subscription and you can get next day delivery or whatever. But still, I would hate waiting a year for some freaking tattoo ink that was $100. Imagine having $100 just floating around somewhere, you know, like it's just in some shipment area. Oh, I'd hate that. Also, there's potentially some tattoo artists that have ordered this for their clients. You know, a client's gone to a tattoo artist and said, hey, look, I've seen this really cool ink on Instagram. I want to try it out. Can you order it? Like, oh, I'd be so disappointed having to wait this long. So while nobody has their magic ink, tattoo ink orders, their social media has been dead since the summer. Bang Bang, the tattoo artist who owns Magic Ink, out of the blue, popped up on a Ink Master after show, just, you know, randomly. I mean, it makes sense, he's a tattoo artist, a famous tattoo artist, so yeah, it's not weird him being on it, but it's weird that he talks about Magic Ink tattoos on this after show, considering nobody's got their, you know, tattoo ink, the social media is dead. Kind of strange. For those of you that don't know, just in case, Ink Master is a tattoo competition TV show. There's normally like 10 to 15 tattoo artists that compete for the title of Ink Master. Each week they do, you know, challenges when it comes to tattoos. They'll have a bunch of clients come in and they have to, you know, stick to a brief or a subject or a body placement and do a tattoo. And then if the tattoo that a tattoo artist does is bad, they get voted out. Okay, it's basically one of those like Great British Bake Off and America's Next Top Model and RuPaul's Drag Race. It's that kind of show. And Ink Master itself has had its own problems. There was a moment where it was like not on air anymore because some of the hosts of Ink Master were, yeah, they were not great people, okay, to put it politely. But anyway, it's back now, and Ryan Ashley, who was once a contestant of Ink Master, has this after show that is shown after the actual episode of Ink Master, if that makes any sense. And like I said earlier, Ryan Ashley has been backing this magic ink. There is videos of her saying like this is really cool and what have you. So there is a interview / conversation type thing between Ryan Ashley and Bang Bang in this Ink Master after show. One of the things he said in this interview / conversation thing is honestly it's funny. It's really funny. Like, the irony is just okay.
What do you think is something that's going wrong right now in our industry?
I love tattooing. I love everything people have done for us to get here. But if I'd like to see, you know, improvement or something that's not working well, I think it is regulation. Incredibly talented and famous don't work in tattoo studios. They work privately. It's really hard to regulate that from, you know, government oversight or the health department. Tattooing is probably the most invasive, least regulated industry in the world.
Yeah.
For me, it might be odd to hear, but I'd like to see federal regulations. So there's one unified regulatory body for tattooing and protocol and standard practice.
He's saying all of this while on numerous occasions he has tattooed celebrities in their homes, a non-regulated establishment where tattoos should not be done. That's not a tattoo studio. That's not regulated, okay? He's even tattooed Justin Bieber on a plane. Planes are disgusting. I don't care. Unless you fully deep clean them every time someone has been in them, they're disgusting, okay? Like a wipe down isn't gonna cut it. You should not be tattooing in a plane, whether it's a private jet or a commercial plane. I don't care. They're disgusting, all right? They're flying fart cans. I hate them. I mean, I don't hate them because I do go on planes to go, you know, on holiday and travel and stuff. But still, I don't want to be tattooed on a plane. I don't think anyone should want to be tattooed on a plane. But yeah, for Bang Bang to be saying all this when he's guilty of partaking in very questionable tattoo practices, it's like, come on, sir, be real. Don't be acting all innocent and non-guilty now, honey. Like, there's evidence of you doing these things, okay? Thing is, though, I do appreciate what he's saying because he is so right. Even though he's a part of the problem, what he's saying is correct. There is no denying it. I've said it so many times that the tattoo industry is very, very unregulated, especially when it comes to predators within the tattoo industry. It's just vile. And yes, of course, it is a bit rich that this is coming from Bang Bang. I also do appreciate that he has mentioned this on such a large tattoo platform. You know, like, I'm just gonna take it. All right, beggars can't be choosers in this situation. I'm glad someone of a high status within the tattoo industry is mentioning the fact that the tattoo industry is not regulated, and that, like, I appreciate that. Well done. Why do I keep clapping like this? This is the second time I've done this in a video. Anyway, let's do it like that, okay? I am grateful, okay, that Bang Bang has mentioned this type of thing. Anyway, moving on. The reason why I am bringing up the fact that Bang Bang is all of a sudden on this Ink Master after show is the fact that the Magic Tattoo ink was featured on this Ink Master after show.
Madison, you have a tattoo on your inner bicep there. We can't see it right now. It's deactivated. But if I told you there's a tattoo there, would you believe me?
No.
So Madison will hit this with a really low level UV light and he'll activate. He has a little dinosaur tattoo that'll just start to turn on as he runs light over his skin.
It's so insane.
Yeah, there it goes. And so just as easily as he can turn on his tattoo, he can change the wavelength of light and he can deactivate that.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
Ryan, Ashley, baby, come on. Why are we acting like this? Like it's the first time you've ever seen this magic ink. We know you're associated with this magic ink. Okay, like what is with that? What is with that? Honestly, like... It's just a bit odd, but I guess it's for the bit. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do on television to sell something. Ryan Ashley is an incredibly popular tattoo artist. And, you know, if people see her being all fascinated with it and backing it, then a lot of people that follow Ryan Ashley and respect Ryan Ashley are gonna be like, wow, okay, if she likes it and she's, you know, amazed by it, then I guess I should be too. And if you don't know any better about this magic tattoo ink, yeah, you're gonna be sold on it.
It's so cool.
So this is like a white light, same as like your cell phone light. And yeah, just as quickly as it goes on, it'll turn off.
Wow. That's so crazy.
Wow, that's so crazy. Oh man. Honestly, I thought I was easily amused. Honestly, like, I well and truly am very easily amused, but I guess not. The tattoo doesn't look great either, let's be serious. Like, I don't understand the hype and the about it. Like, if I saw that as a tattoo on Instagram and I was just scrolling through my Discover feed, I would literally stop on it and be like, saturation, we don't know her, and then just keep on scrolling on. Like, that is a bad quality tattoo. And yes, of course, it's done with a magic ink, so maybe we should give it some grace and be like, oh, okay, so it's done with a different ink. But like, no, I'm not going to give it any grace. I'm not in the mood to do that today, okay? If I want a tattoo, I want it to be shown and saturated. I don't want some half-assed, wishy-washy line work like that. And again, I know it's done with a different type of ink, but if I'm paying a lot of money for a tattoo, I want it to look like a tattoo. Like, the only good thing about this tattoo is the fact that it disappears. Thankfully, like, you could turn that mess off, which is great.
This rabbit has fainted.
I've just realised my penguin in the back there has fallen over. I don't know how long that's been down like that. It's probably the whole video. Anyway, my final thoughts on this whole thing is, again, it's just such a big gimmick. There is no need for this, in my opinion. Like, as opposed to ephemeral tattoos where they were meant to fade gradually over time and it's something temporary that you could have for a couple of years or what have you, that I kind of understood a bit better, you know, because not everyone wants to have a tattoo forever. You know, I kind of understood that appeal. This is just such a gimmick, you know, the whole turn on and off. Like, it's a party trick. You're gonna get bored of that party trick very, 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 very quickly. I also just can't back a brand or a company or a business that isn't inclusive or tries to be inclusive. Like, yeah, okay, you say you've tested on darker skin tones, but there is no evidence of that. There is no evidence. I find it kind of funny how this is pretty much tanked before it's even begun, because in my previous video about this, I kind of assumed that, you know, it would go ahead, people would get their ink, and there'd be a bunch of unhappy people because the tattoo stays on, it doesn't turn off, or it stays off and it doesn't turn back on, or there's problems with the UV light, or there's problems with it, you know, being half on, half off, and oh god. Or there'd be a bunch of lawsuits because people are having, you know, reactions to it, and it's just a big disaster. Like, I thought we would get to that point at least, but it's not even made it out the door yet. And we're a year on, essentially, you know? I don't even think it's ever going to get out the door at this point. I feel like there's going to be a lot of unhappy people no matter what with this situation. You know, the minute you're pissing off tattoo artists because they're not receiving their tattoo ink, and even if they do get their tattoo ink, there's a chance that people are going to be pissed off with the quality of this magic ink as well. You know, like, honestly, if it ain't broke, why try and fix it? Sure, we could definitely do with a lot more inclusive tattoo inks for darker skin tones. That is very much needed. We need that, but we don't need gimmicks like this. Nobody wants this. I mean, some people want it because they ordered it, but I think they just want to, you know, have something fun for Instagram or what have you. I mean, I guess it does make good content. It's kind of like, oh wow, yay, look at that, a tattoo just appears. Board next. But yeah, it will be interesting to see where this goes, if it does go anywhere in the future. You know, let's see what happens within the next year. Sound off your thoughts and opinions down below. I'll be interested to know how you feel about this whole thing. Anyway, my darlings, that is it for today's video. I just want to say thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all so much. And until my next video, bye.